Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Inclusive Teaching, Strategies for Promoting Equity in the College Classroom, and this is by Kelly A. Hogan and Viji Sathy, and this book focuses on best practices when it comes to creating a more equitable environment in the classroom, whether it's through your syllabus, through your assignments, your class interactions, your assessments. And this book does a nice deep dive into all those different kinds of aspects. I do feel like it's the kind of book that's accessible and readable. It's not particularly long. It's about, I don't know, 220 something pages without all the extra stuff. And what I liked especially in each chapter, at the end of each chapter that focuses on a different aspect, so like to structure your class, they give you something pretty helpful, which is an instructor's checklist that you could go through and keep track of. You're doing these certain things. Now, as myself as an adjunct, this is not my primary job. My primary job is what I do in terms of supervising tutoring. But being able to incorporate those kinds of things in tutoring sessions are also important, especially when it comes to the actual management of the space and working with the groups of students. But in this particular book, I think it gives you a lot of resources to be able to help hold yourself accountable, being able to set up things. But yeah, as an adjunct, I don't have as much time to put as much effort into a lot of these things, especially I don't get a syllabus, or sometimes I don't get a class until a week before the semester starts. It's hard to really take a deep dive and really incorporate a lot of these things. And I think what was most surprising is how important the focus is on the syllabus and what you're able to do within your syllabus in terms of growing it as a resource for the student. And those are definitely things I would like to take into thought moving forward when I'm putting a syllabus together, especially if I actually have the time to really set it up beforehand. Thinking about assignments, how I interact and engage in the classroom, even as simple as sending emails, and how to communicate not only through written means but also verbal means. And I think this book does a great job of outlining all these important things, how they're doable. It makes it feel doable, even if it's a lot. There's a lot of things to take into account, and it's a great feeling sitting there reading oh, I already do that. But then you have tons of other things that you want to try to do to make your classroom experience as equitable as possible for all of your students. And I do appreciate this book. I got a copy of this from doing a professional development workshop at work, and I was excited to read it. And, I've got some ideas. Feel like the important thing is baby steps, starting off with a few things, being able to make that something that's a normalcy in your classroom experience, teaching, and then hopefully keep adding things until hopefully sometime in the future you are able to have a great handle on all these different things. And I appreciate how the authors frame this where it does feel doable. But those are my thoughts on inclusive teaching. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some books. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.